Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Book number 2, Sarga 58, Roman numerals, LVII 58. Sumantra's return. When Rama reached the southern bank, King Gua's heart with sorrow sank. He with Sumantra talked and spent, with his deep sorrow homeward went. Sumantra, as the king decreed, yoked to the car each noble steed, and to Ayodhya's city sped, with his sad heart disquieted. On lake and brook and scented grove his glances fell as on he drove. City and village came in view, as o'er the road his coursers flew. On the third day the charioteer, when now the hour of night was near, came to Ayodhya's gate and found the city all in sorrow drowned. To him, in spirit quite cast down, forsaken seemed the silent town, and by the rush of grief oppressed, he pondered in his mournful breast. Is all Ayodhya burnt with grief? Steed, elephant, and man, and chief? Does her loved Rama's exile so afflict her with the fires of woe? Thus as he mused, his steeds flew fast, and swiftly through the gate he passed. On drove the charioteer, and then, in hundreds, yea, in thousands, men ran to the car from every side, and Rama, where is Rama? cried. Sumantra said, my chariot bore the duteous prince to Ganga's shore. I left him there at his behest, and homeward to Ayodhya pressed. Soon as the anxious people knew that he was o'er the flood, they drew deep sighs and crying, Rama, all wailed, and big tears began to fall. He heard the mournful words prolonged, as here and there the people thronged. Woe, woe for us, forlorn, undone, no more to look on Raghu's son. His like again we ne'er shall see, of heart so true, of hand so free. In gifts, in gatherings for debate, when marriage pomps we celebrate. What should we do? What earthly thing can rest or hope or pleasure bring? Thus the sad town which Rama kept, as a kind father wailed and wept. Each mansion, as the car went by, sent forth a loud and bitter cry. As to the window every dame, mourning for banished Rama came. As his sad eyes with tears o'erflood, he sped along the royal road. To Dasharatha's high abode, there leaping down his car he stayed. Within the gates his way he made. Through 7 broad courts he onward hied, where people thronged on every side. From each high terrace, wild with woe, the royal Indies flocked below. He heard them talk in gentle tone, as each for Rama made her moan. What will the charioteer reply to Queen Kaushalya's eager cry? With Rama from the gates he went, homeward alone his steps are bent. Hard is a life with woe distressed, but difficult to win is rest. If, when her son is banished still, she lives beneath her load of ill. Her load of ill. Such was the speech Sumantra heard from them whom grief unfeigned had stirred. As fires of anguish burned him through, swift to the monarch's hall he drew. Past the 8th court, there met his sight the sovereign in his palace bright, still weeping for his son forlorn, pale, faint, and all with sorrow worn. As there he sat, Sumantra bent, and did obeisance reverent, and to the king repeated o'er the message he from Rama bore. The monarch heard, and well nigh brake his heart, but yet no word he spake. Fainting to earth, he fell and dumb, by grief for Rama overcome. Rang through the hall a startling cry, and women's arms were tossed on high. When, with his senses all astray, upon the ground the monarch lay, Kaushalya with Sumitra's aid raised from the ground her lord dismayed. Sire of high faith, she cried, O why dost thou no single word reply to Rama's messenger who brings news of his painful wanderings? The great injustice done art thou, shame-stricken for thy conduct now. Rise up and do thy part bestow, comfort and help in this our woe. Speak freely, king, dismiss thy fear, for Queen Kaikeyi stands not near. A friend of whom thou wouldst not seek tidings of Rama freely speak. When the said queen had ended so, she sank insatiate in her woe, and prostrate lay upon the ground, while her faint voice by sobs was drowned. When all the ladies in despair saw Queen Kaushalya wailing there, and the poor king oppressed with pain, they flocked around and wept again. Wow. Absolutely wow. Footnotes 162 1. Deities of a particular class in which 5 or 10 are enumerated. They are worshipped particularly at the funeral obsequies in honor of deceased progenitors. Absolutely heart-wrenching, beautiful description of Ramayana, of beautiful pastimes of God. When he walks this earth, he exhibits his personal beauty, the beauty of his eternal consort Lakshmiji, Sita, and he exhibits all the great qualities of truthfulness, of kindness, of generosity, everything. And the description here is so beautiful because it talks about how everyone in Ayodhya loved Rama. We have to keep in mind that Ayodhya is a metropolitan city. It's a capital of Koshala. Literally millions of people live there. And everybody was overcome by grief for Rama. Like there was not a single house, not a single mansion that was not affected, not a single household that was not affected by Prince Rama being banished to the jungle, to the wilds. And everybody was grief stricken. Absolute amazing dramatization. See, when God comes to the planet Earth to exhibit his uncommon, unparalleled, superhuman pastimes, he appears as an ordinary human being. But everything in relation to him is so wonderful. His personal beauty was beyond comprehension. He was so beautiful that everybody wanted to look at Rama, just gaze upon Rama. What to speak about Sita, the better half of Rama? What to speak about that? So Godhead, Hare and Krishna, Hare Rama, they exhibit amazing, amazing, amazing pastimes, as if to tell us they are not ordinary human beings, although they appear as ordinary human beings, ordinary men. That's why we have this saying, this Abrahamic saying, the children of men. What does it mean, the children of men? It's so stupid. It means nothing. It's so stupid, children of men. What is son of man? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means nothing if you have no context. And the context is that children of men means that Rama with his four brothers, who are all Vishnu Tattvas, they're all God, direct expansions of God. Expansions. Although they appear as ordinary sons of men like Dasharatha, or ordinary human being, Dasharatha, and Kaushalya, and Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, the queens of Dasharatha. He is the God himself, the Godhead. That what it means, children of men. Both Lakshman, Rama, Shatrughna, and Bharat, they were all Vishnu Tattvas. They were all God, different forms of God, out of whom Rama is the supreme form. Of course, the highest supreme form of all forms of God is Krishna, Christos, Christ. That's the highest supreme form. Rama comes next. Actually, there is no difference between Rama and Krishna. So this is what it means, children of men. The Son of Man. When God comes to this planet Earth, this middle planetary system in the universe, and walks amongst us as if an ordinary human being. But there is nothing ordinary about them because they exhibit wonderful pastimes that are so unparalleled. Nobody can exhibit this kind of pastimes of Krishna and Rama. Like Rama exhibited pastimes of killing the whole race of vampires and rakshasas, the cow eaters, the people who are cannibals and who eat cows and eat other human beings. So Rama completely, almost literally removed the whole race of rakshasas or the vampires from the earth. They were all giants, titans, and with his monkey soldiers, the war was so horrifying war between Rama and Ravana that it was full of great heroes, great monkey heroes, as well as demon heroes. Of course, they were also heroes because they were warriors. So these kind of pastimes only God can exhibit. And what is the purpose of these pastimes? Well, that's called the transcendental Netflix. So we can watch the real deal, not some cow eating Hollywood perverts, stars like that, those celebrities who eat cows like that. That's the purpose of Ramayana, to remember God and His beautiful better part, Sita Devi, Lakshmi Ji, and see them always together. This is what we always like to see. Psychology, a prince and a princess, the king and the queen, the most beautiful, Rama and Sita. And then when we absorb our consciousness into the real deal, then we can be transcendentally, spiritually elevated, enlightened, and understand the purpose of everything. That's the purpose of Ramayana. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Ramayana. Hail Ram. Roma Victa. Ciao.